everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury, and today it's another book review. So I finished reading Sally's Lament, and that is by Mari Mancusi. And I really enjoyed this. So this story, it's based on The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it is told as if Sally is the one who stumbled into Christmastown instead of Jack. And what would have happened if it was Sally who went through that door and not Jack who found it and misinterpreted everything, right? So it's a really interesting take and twist on that tale of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I usually like to give spoiler-free reviews, so I'm going to do my best in doing that without giving away too much, but I think in order to be able to tell you what I liked or didn't like about it, I do have to give away a wee bit, but I will do my best to keep it spoiler-free. So that being said, one of the biggest differences between The Nightmare Before Christmas when Jack finds it versus Sally's Lament is much more of the story takes place in Christmastown. The time that they spend in Halloween Town in this book is minimal in comparison. This story focuses on Christmastown and the dynamics of their society over there and what Sally is able to uncover about the way Christmastown functions and operates, and what the similarities and what the differences are between Halloween Town and Christmastown. And it's really, really interesting to see that things might be more similar or more different than one would imagine. And also sort of like, things are not always what they appear to be. Things could be a little bit, dastardly under the surface. And it really, the theme of the book plays with the concept of the reason for being nice. Are people nice to each other because they want to be nice to each other, because it's the right thing to do? Or are they nice because there are repercussions to not being nice? And that is really the overarching theme of this book, and playing with that dynamic and those options. And the things that are discovered and come out of how Halloween Town functions and how Christmastown functions. Very interesting. Very, very interesting, and absolutely resonated with me. And I really appreciated the way that theme was played with in this book. There are some other things I thought were interesting about this, and the way that Sally took lead in this story, and her really thoughtful approach in navigating new experiences. There were times she fumbled. They were kind of hilarious. But it sort of goes to like being willing to try something and try new experiences, and being okay making a boo-boo, being okay making errors and learning from them, and trying to navigate like what the differences are. What is the difference of expectations, somebody coming from Halloween Town into Christmastown, and trying to like visit and explore and, kind of culturally assimilate into that setting, versus being authentic to who they are and just truly not understanding the cultural differences and learning through experiencing those differences. So that was another theme that was played with, but the way Sally approached it was so thoughtful and so caring and so kind-hearted. There was definitely like an innocence to character about her, which in some ways Jack has too, but there's an arrogance with Jack where he's unapologetic for the way he presents himself, where Sally can apologize. Sally can recognize this wasn't the right thing. She understands like why she got to said problematic moment and is able to apologize for it, which Which is something that I think Jack always struggled with, was acknowledging his role in the problems that happened. It took catastrophe for Jack to understand it. It did not. It took chaos for Sally to understand it, but it took catastrophe for Jack to understand it. I think would be the easiest way I could compare the two without giving away too much. But yeah, I found this a really fun book to read. I don't think it took a lot of brain power to read it. I felt like it was just an entertaining story. I didn't feel like it was thought provocative, but I just wanted something lighthearted and entertaining to read, and this really fit the bill for it. It also had the added level of this is based on a familiar story to me. So there's already that sort of like comfort in knowing sort of the gist of the world that it's bringing me into. So having that foundation also helped with those vibes. So I enjoyed reading this. I don't know that I would read it again. I think this might have been like, I'm glad I read it, but it wouldn't be like a repeat for me, but I enjoyed my time reading it too. So that is what I thought of Sally's Lament. If you have read it, please let me know what you thought of it in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation about this and talk more about different perspectives on this book. Like I said, it was a really fun read, so I'm sure it would also be fun to talk about. So I guess with that, I am done for the day. I will see you all real soon, and until then, stay inspired by everyone. Take care.